Hey, yo, YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the Jonathan Hassinger channel. I, of course, am your host, John Hassinger. For this reaction to Marvel Spotlight Echo, limited series on Disney Plus and Hulu. 5 episodes dropped all at once. I believe that's the first time they've done that. And Marvel's, the MCU's first TVMA property, which everyone really got excited about when they dropped the trailer for this, kind of out of nowhere. And there's a gunshot, like a headshot in the trailer. Everyone was like, what? I mean, the trailer opens with Kingpin just beating the crap out of this ice cream man in an alley, and blood just everywhere, all over his jacket, all over his hand. And I like how in the actual show, when you get to that point, afterwards he makes a phone call and he's like, I'll need a new jacket. I don't want Maya to see me like this. I really loved the action. I do like Maya. I do like the character. I just, and it reminded me of season 1 of Jessica Jones at the end of Echo when Maya finally smiles, because the whole season she's brooding, which can just get annoying, especially if there's no breaking of that brooding. It's just a whole season of brood. But she does smile in the end, and I was like, if we can see more of that, I feel like it'll just, and I don't want to sound like a weirdo. It's like, you should smile more, sweetheart. I just don't like seeing sad characters who are sad the whole time. It's good to see them happy. And I remember at the end of Jessica Jones, I remember watching like, God, I wonder what she even looks like when she smiles. And then at the end, when Kilgrave says, like, give me a smile, and she does, I was like, oh, how smart. The first time you see her smile, she's being forced to do it. But yeah, D'Onofrio, amazing, as always. He's just the best. I'm so excited that they're doing Daredevil Born Again, and that they're kind of like committing to making it long. And I think if you're going to do a courtroom / street level drama, especially if there's a court case, like if there's some lawsuit or some court case happening, because Daredevil is a lawyer when he's not daredeviling. That you can't wrap that up quickly. You can't rush that. So I'm real excited to see those guys. I think the best intro of a character in a show, like when you're watching one show and another character shows up in it, sometimes it's really staged, kind of like dun 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 dun. Here he is. Oh, he's in this show too. The way they introduced Daredevil was so, it was so clever, and it felt like the Russo brothers were handling this. Echo and Kingpin's guys kind of like take out these bad guys, and then they notice that they're not done. There was another guy there like spying on them, and now they have to fight him, and it's Daredevil. And the fight between him and Maya was awesome. I really loved it. I heard people talking shit on it. I'm like, I don't know what you are watching. There's like a moment where she like lifts up, like she goes to kick him like real high up in his face, but she catches her foot and then lets go. So he like dodges, and then he like moves back, and then she lets go and kicks. Kind of like a ballerina. It was pretty awesome, I thought. And he was in and out, and then Kingpin kind of references him like, none of my guys could handle him. You kind of like held your own. The family members she had, I feel like including them in the show, this should have been like 2 more episodes. They kind of tried to like jam in a lot of stuff that would have worked better stretched out. At the beginning, I was like, am I watching the wrong show? Did I click on the wrong thing? I didn't know what I was watching. I mean, it looked kind of like Avatar. It kind of resembled the Talokan, Namor's people, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So I don't know what the hell was going. And then all of a sudden, they're on Earth, or they're like above ground. I still don't know. Were they aliens or were they just underground? I mean, they appeared to either be aliens that looked like humans or humans with like a whole bunch of like makeup and cosplay. So that was weird. But it tied in her superpower that Maya has, which I'm kind of like, I was looking forward to the break from glow, things that are glowing, since the Infinity Stones, because that was just really original. But ever since then, anything that's like glowing, I'm like, you have nothing clever enough to write, so you're just gonna distract us with a shiny object. I mean, it's literally pandering to the ADD. And I, for one, am offended. So, not a huge fan of them. I just like the fact that she was, like a martial artist, but like a badass. And because she can, she's deaf, so she uses her eyesight so she can see what other people aren't seeing. And the thing with Daredevil, can hear because he's blind better than others can hear. I like that. I don't like that her hands glow and she can pass it to her friends. Their punches are like, Iron Fist. Or maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe this is kind of like a backdoor Iron Fist to Echo instead of using Danny Rand. However, I think Kunlun and Talokan and Choctaw, the Choctaw tribe, I don't think they're all the same. So hopefully they won't try to like just blend them all into one. I mean, the fact that they had 5 writers on the finale freaked me out. And it really felt that way. I did like Kingpin kind of flipping her. We're the only family that we have. We're the only ones that we can trust. I loved all that. But yeah, I felt it was tight, but it was almost too tight. That to the point where it was so tight that it lost some stuff, and that maybe it should have been a little longer and looser. I love all the sign language stuff. To me, that's really cool. I look forward to seeing Echo teaming up with Kate Bishop and Ms. Marvel and Cassie Lang. I look forward to that, but I am way more excited about the post-credit scene with Kingpin on the plane. And, he's watching like CNN, and they're like, the mayoral race is just kind of all up in the air. Nobody cares. Nobody likes these candidates. They need a hard-nosed, take no prisoners kind of guy to just maybe step in and take this race for himself. And so far, no one has. And Kingpin's like, I'm gonna be mayor. So he's gonna run for mayor in Daredevil. That was a Daredevil Born Again teaser, which always makes me happy. I love when they tease something else in the post-credit scene, and it's not just a joke. Like Hercules after Thor, and the Kang Dynasty after Ant-Man and the Wasp. And like that piece of venom that Tom Hardy left behind at the end of No Way Home. And like the legend of Star-Lord will continue. And like that whole new group of Guardians of the Galaxy led by Rocket. Oh, right. And remember when Shang-Chi ended and it had the greatest post-credit scene of all time, where Wong and Captain Marvel and Bruce Banner were all, and Shang-Chi and Katie were all like trying to figure out what the heck the 10 rings were, and that there was a beacon, like a signal was being sent from deep within the 10 rings. What's going on with Tiamat and Star Fox and Pip the Troll and all those characters from Eternals? Come on, Marvel, wrap this shit up. I know, we forget that it took 10 years to do phase 1 through 3. And they didn't have a pandemic. And one of their main guys die. And one of their main guys get convicted of assault. If you guys watched Echo, let me know what you thought. If you didn't, let me know why I haven't watched. And if my review is spoiler-filled as it is, even though there weren't really any spoilers, it's caused you to go watch it, let me know. And then let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next week. I gotta go.